draft that is made to counter the early game aggression here. But RRQ are really trying to push that level 4, level 5 advantage. EVOS are gonna really be forced to give up some lives here as sacrificial, as a sacrifice to really extend the game a bit longer. They're not really good at disengaging and getting out of trouble.
Match point, ladies and gentlemen. Shinobi's back at home watching between EVOS and RRQ. Leg number 2, Classic Derby. Everything we've been hyping for may end here. RRQ are 1 game away. Will they be able to do it as we get into the land of dawn for game number 2?
Good take from Reggie, taking the shot so that Albert doesn't get delayed. That level 1 for 1-1.
That's Toy trying to abuse that level 1 potential as much as possible before it's out of the picture. And even in the bottom side, Dairon on the high loss also trying to do the same thing. This really good all-in for both lanes. Everyone trying to strike back though. But there's gonna be the regen still for Toy. That's a big factor as Edok makes his way up there. This Franco though, again, no one can really deal quote-unquote with the Franco. Anyone that gets hooked right now from EVOS, they can't really get out. They can't really escape or nullify that pick-off threat here. So looking at the emblems, Inspire for the Yi, common emblem for Erlan and the Bruno, so he's just trying to scale, trying to have an okay lane as much as possible. But for RRQ, as you can see there, it's all of the utility, all the movement speed, and battle prowess, like the tenacities, because they want to go for all these brawls as much as possible and really avoid taking this game into the late game. We'll see if they can execute it as cleanly as they need to though, because they did make several mistakes here. EVOS' draft in the late game seems a lot more flexible, a lot more workable than RRQ.
Yeah, they got the early and late technically. For RRQ, it's just mid, it looks, right? Not mid as in mid-average, I mean mid as in mid-game. Rins, Tsujin, Toy, all of them kind of hit their power spike mid-game.
And that's what we're going to be looking at. It takes a layer of execution here. There goes the hook. Pre-level 4, RRQ have that in the bag. But here's Key, not yet level 4 yet.
Yep. It's gonna be the stun onto Reggie. Key jumping to the back as well. Albert forced to use the Blade Surge. Rins on him already. Reggie finds the Earth Shatter on 3. It's gonna be Albert literally running away, but the rest of the team wants to fight. They go back onto Dairon, Soul Sever. Key looking for the play one more time. Jumps onto Dairon, sway low with the damage. Tsujin still in the bush and Albert gets first blood. But RRQ get the turtle.
So it's a kill traded over for the neutral objective, and the kill is for Dairon. In the grand scheme of things, who would that trade be worth it for?
I think so far it's still worth it for RRQ. They do want to have this tempo, this advantage. They have the early to mid-game composition, so it doesn't make sense to draft like this and let go of the turtle. So being able to get it is definitely within their game plans. Losing Dairon for it, not ideal. I feel like they could have entered and left the fight cleaner in that sense. And so far, this Franco from Edok, the signature pick, hasn't really done a lot so far. There's burst damage for RRQ, but it's still only Sutsujin, so they have to wait a bit longer before they can really nuke down and burst someone out.
Sure, that's if he gets the hooks, because he hasn't really landed anyone just yet. Nothing too big, rather. Which is why the Franco pick was interesting, right? Sure, there's synergy with the Wanwan, but with the Jushin, you usually see something that has a lot more burst-heavy damage to kind of be the securer against that hook from Edok. But we'll see how this pans out. Edok, I think maybe just the fact that he's on his signature pick is already like a mental game against EVOS, because we've seen them really tread carefully around this Franco. By the way, is this Franco still sitting at 100% win rate?
I believe so.
Look at the stats for confirm that one. But I feel like maybe RRQ is looking... Oh, wow.
Key with an attempt on a read. That's a signature. Usually we say, Lubuk and Baloy. You're not Baloy.
Oh.
Can't make those reads. Man, I feel like RRQ have so many more combos to pair with that Iron Hook. Anyone who gets lifted with that Lantern Flare, anyone who gets hit with a Law and Order by Dairon, gets stunned there, can always be translated into a hook. I wonder if that's the idea here. Everyone can technically set up for an Iron Hook, which means everyone has to be respected from EVOS. But Edok already preemptively throwing it out. Lantern Flare though.
Earth Shatter already baited out. EVOS are taking it super slow, but this benefits RRQ. Remember, they don't have the best mid game, or they don't have the best early game. EVOS definitely have the better one here. Turtle can be reset. Purple buff, Sutsujin on it. Albert is a level ahead, was a level ahead, but Sutsujin is just waiting in the bush. Reggie holding on to it. Glorious Pathway coming down. That's going to be Reggie jumping with the Earth Shatter, and now it's going to be Key as well. Edok on that spot right now. That's going to be the retreat win for Albert. Sutsujin gets caught, but it's a crossbow tag over to Reggie, who's still on him. In the back, it's Dyrant, the horse, Lone Stallion. That's Albert with the help of Swaylo to grab the kill.
A much better setup from the White Tigers in that previous engage. You do see them being able to get the kills, plus the neutral objective take as well, because of the fact that Sutsujin was held down for so long.
And if you look at the drafts, it's just not the ideal way RRQ wants to take these fights. The EVOs are the ones that want to make a big moment happen when everyone's grouped up together with the primal wrath, with the real world manipulation, right?
Yeah.
RRQ wants to try and get something before that because they have so many ways to chase down. With the Glorious Pathway, with the Lantern Flare, right? There are combos available here to at least guarantee one person can get caught from EVOs. Now that there's no neutral objective.
Oh! Iron Hook, Erlan take. Oh, but Edok gets the kill. Still a good kill. Erlan without the Purify. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, not the best kill allocation, but like Arashi was just talking about, this is the pick-off potential that the composition of RRQ has, and this is what we're expecting. Not them getting grouped up, not them going for the 5v5 team fights, but looking for these picks earlier on. We're finally seeing it getting translated. We'll look whether or not Edok can find another moment.
I was thinking with this kind of pressure from RRQ, they can use it to deny a lot of areas from EVOS. Okay,
not too sure if you want to go on Dyrant, and they won't. He noticed it too. He's like, okay, that's just a horse.
Yeah, can't jump on the horse, man. He's okay with that. He's a durable boy. But again, I really feel like RRQ, they should really be using this early game pressure to find something else. Even if they can't really go for the pickoffs because EVOs are respecting that potential, they should really try and find something, you know, in the jungle, kind of zone them out with the pickup potential and steal some camps away from Albert because he's actually at an XP lead against Sutsujin. That's just not the way you want this game to be going.
Yeah, he has been for quite a bit. Even in the previous Turtle exchange, Albert also understanding this. Walking up, Sutsujin as well, actually. Looking for a 1v1 against Albert.
He already used the electrifying beats. That's an angle for Albert. He's already 2 levels ahead. You can see on Key, able to get the Tsunami Slam. Edok with Flicker out to safety. No Flicker for Edok. An Iron Hook as well. Wow, early Winter Crown for Edok. EVO's on a Turtle. Rin's taking a half HP. Darren walking up. Only getting the sun on Sway low. The real Revelation gets locked down. It's going to be Albert with the Soul 7. The Retribution. Sutsujin in the back line. Key looking to play again. Rin's with the Crimson Beacon to escape. EVO's with the Turtle win. They're looking to go mid, and everyone is low for RRQ.
Another win for EVOS here, as they're going to be able to pick up this turret in the mid lane as well. 2,300 gold lead, and they have all the kills on the right people as well. 202 on Swaylo. You have a kill over onto Erlan, 1 as well for Albert. And it feels like RRQ are forcing these team fights in a situation where it doesn't actually favor their composition. I wonder why they keep going for the same strategy.
When it comes down to it, they just don't have enough damage, right? Whenever they do go in and they're trying to burst someone down, they don't have enough damage right now to really catch EVOs off guard. That's why Edok is also kind of less of a threat right now. He has the Winter Crown, but again, there's no one from the side of EVOs that can be locked down and guaranteed. Key
lifts Edok up. Good bloody hunt to cancel it down. Reggie gets an Earth Jet onto the back of the crossbow. Tang lands. Reggie caught on the back spot. Swaylo taken down. Albert jumps in. Erlan trying to cut away. Flickers out away from Sutsujin, and that's going to be Sutsujin. Taken very low. Wow. Albert jumps in. Gets the Katon. Rins gets Erlan. A disaster for EVOs. But Albert could be the saving grace. Gets a double in the mid lane. That's a turret falling. Good equalizer though for RRQ.
3-4-4 trade at the very end of it. Really great cover coming from Edok as well, anticipating the fact that EVO's Key in particular was going to be looking for a pick. The fact that the Bloody Hunt hit and the last hook hit as well was able to allow Sutsujin to survive for a little bit longer for him to get that trade kill in the very end.
I think Sutsujin did a great job in that fight as well. The fact that he can get to the back line and really delete Swaylo, because Swaylo, as of right now, is still one of the highest damage dealers when it comes to that initial clash of a fight. So the fact that he was able to get in the back line, delete them immediately, that's a great showing from RRQ, but they don't want to be trading evenly at all with EVOs because, again, of the scaling issue. With the Lord in the picture now, EVOS has a bit more pressure, but look at Dairon.
Swalo cut down. Key looking for the back again. Able to find it. Bloody Hunt locking Reggie down now, and that's going to be EVOS kiting away, but they're all split up. Dairon taken low. A few shots from Erlan, not enough though. Only Rins traded in for 2.
2-for-1 trade, and it looks like the White Tigers will not be able to completely commit onto this. You do see that Key is holding on to the Lord for just a bit, but he knows that they don't have enough firepower as well with all the resources already utilized, especially the Tsunami Slam by Key.
You can see RRQ taking it slow as well. They've rushed to try and go for the Lord before, clearly learning from their mistakes. There's a chance here for EDOC to make another play just to keep EVOS funneling more members into the Lord. But no, they can't find it. EVOS are back in shape, and earlier RRQ won that fight because they were able to get their hands on Swalo immediately. Now Key!
Tsunami Slam. Dairon caught in the bad spot. Will pop in the glorious pathway, but will be picked off. 1-0 pickoff for EVOS. They have time to play with 23 seconds. Dairon will be down.
Look at the wave on the top side though. It's pushing for RRQ. There's definitely some urgency for EVOS. And they do have the engage tools. And now they're gonna pressure for the Lord with a level advantage on Albert too. This could be a winning angle for EVOS.
Earth Shatter and the Flicker and the Onward. That's giving the chase. CC. No! Jumps into the back, able to find the bloody Hunt on Swalo! Now it's Sutsujin who dives in. Erlan cutting away. Toy walking up. Sutsujin with triple. Erlan with the Flicker forward. Finding one. Oh! Sutsujin! Will try to go for the Savage, but gets shut down by Swalo.
That was monstrous. That was a huge gamble that they made. And it did work out in favor of RRQ.
Whoa.
They're going for the kill. They're leaving the Lord. That's a reset Lord. Has actually been able to be continued.
Wait, they can't go for it now.
Swalo is still there as well.
A dive into Toy. Swalo looking for the kill. Toy getting it. He's very low though, has to recall. Swalo down for another 27 seconds as the rest of EVOS walk back to Lord.
Way too close for comfort right there. RRQ, they were trying to buy some time, allow that wave to exert pressure for EVOS, and that wave almost took out the base, not the base turret, but the turret on the top side. Now RRQ, without Swalo in the picture, go for a pick on the Reggie.
Iron Hook and the Bloody Hunt, still gonna be Reggie, still alive. That's the airborne too, wow, the CC! Chain CC, Rins with the proper timing to follow it up, and now it is all RRQ.
That's the power spike hitting as well for the side of RRQ, and the power of their pickoffs really coming to life here in this second game. We're finally seeing the reason why RRQ committed with the Franco pick. Actually, if you guys want to view MPL from a different perspective, you can do so with Mr. Ade.
Mr. Ade Setiawan, great man, great character. Definitely having strong opinions here, as always, about this match. Now RRQ, I mean, you're seeing again, the lockdown potential is definitely there. It's only on whether or not they have the damage to do so. Fortunately for RRQ, Toy was able to get the Malefic gun before that fight, so he has that damage. As much Ade emotes onto the screen.
Oh man. Now with a tier 2 taken down in mid lane, they're gonna be looking for the full siege. The goal lead isn't like, the snowball isn't as much as RRQ would hope for in the mid game. But the fact that they have taken control of the game shows you again just how powerful that mid-game power spike is of RRQ with this composition.
But they're up against a Yves and a Bruno, great long range coming in. And Erlan, you saw earlier, does a ton of damage at this point in time. Already one item away from full build, but look at this now, RRQ. Can they find something?
Finding the Bloody Hunt, RLBM though, locking them down. Toy gonna be taken very low, but Reggie gets slain! Rins picks up a Sky Piercer stack, Key sustaining. That's the Lord dealt with. They go for the conceal. Key's looking for the play on the Sutsujin! He finds it! Tsunami Slam coming down. Albert looking for play as well. Sutsujin gets away! EVO's unable to get a trade back.
Albert always going for the chase there. Not going to be able to commit onto it. Sutsujin's still going to be able to escape. That's an inhibitor turret in the mid lane as well, taken down.
RRQ pushing through with the pick-up pressure as the only tool they're using, and they're able to get 2 base turrets. EVOS, that was unfortunate. That was the play they were trying to use to equalize, to strike back against RRQ, but Sutsujin makes it out. Now with 2 base turrets down, they have an angle to play that calculated style again for the Lord, the way they really want to. And EVOS are the ones that are going to be stuck looking for a lot of these fights. Again, mainly onto Key, and his options are only going to be Edok and Dairon for the most part, unless he can do something crazy and get his hands onto Sutsujin.
For sure, we're taking a look at the items as well. We saw the Sky Piercer built in for Rins earlier on. Mirko mentioned 1 stack already in his hands. He's 1,100 ahead in gold compared to Suelo, who just secured the Divine Glaive.
Still a lot of damage coming through from Suelo as well, but I think the gold lane is where we're looking right now. Erlan only less than 1,000 gold behind compared to Toy. And we've seen the late game Bruno. This was a strat that was meta for quite a while back then. Dairon.
They're gonna all in onto Dairon. Rins in the back already. Dairon still able to survive. Glorious pathway. Oh! EVOS! They've used almost, well, actually, only 1 ultimate for 2. Wait! I thought they used more.
It was just a Tsunami Slam. Now, without the Glorious Pathway, without the Crimson Beacon, RRQ's fighting prowess is not ideal, but they have a wave on top there. That's what they're trying to use, and Rins can scout so efficiently. The Purifier is still available. He's going to zone everyone away.
Reggie so far. Rins got to the back spot. Has the winner crown. Sutsujin takes it. Key looking for the kill. That's going to be Edok with the bloody hunt. Locking Erlan down. In the back, Key unable to get Rins. A disaster for EVOS. Only getting Dairon. And RRQ definitely will be happy with that. Even the base at half HP. No Erlan, only Suelo, Albert, and Reggie.
This is a disaster for EVOS right now. They want to be able to make it outside of the 7th zone.
Already used up. Sutsujin able to escape. 70 seconds on Erlan. RRQ are going to try to play with this. 20 seconds for the next wave to spawn. Reggie has to buy a lot of time. Can he do it? Rins looking for the pickup. Reggie thrown back. Bloody Hunt will lock him down despite the flicker. The winning crown comes in as well. And RRQ will clean sweep EVOS in the Classic Derby.
Leg number 1, it was a 2-1 for RRQ. Leg number 2, they make it even cleaner. The Kingdom rejoices here in MPL Arena as RRQ cement their position at number 1 on the standings.